hope that is...
saw in the, I'm sorry, in the paper today. We're talking about how, you know, looking at some of the facts coming out in the last quarter's spending, people are spending way more on technology and less in some of the goods that they used to buy, because this is driving this whole consumerization, and where we're seeing the lines between the consumer and business just blurring.
A lot of incumbencies are opposed to these things because technology tends to threaten the power and structure of incumbency.
We were talking about publishing. It's like, right now, this is the best time in the world to be a reader. Readers have never had it better. Now, publishers, that's a different story. And so I think business, so the people who are threatened are the people who have current business models that are working.
Exactly.
But the rest of everybody, if you like music, this is the best time in the world ever.
Well, people who have business models that are working that aren't changing rapidly.
Right.
Right. So here, even the problem, by the way, with all these Twitter questions, we have way more than we can deal with. But I do like real-world questions, too. We'll have some more Twitter ones. Go. Identify yourself.
Yeah, Jigar Shah. I run the Carbon War Room, and was a solar entrepreneur before that. I'm not exactly sure how to frame this, so I'll give you a little bit of a comment first. I think I use technology a lot for my job and what I do, and it's fantastic. But because I work on the infrastructure side, used to work for BP and then start a solar company, et cetera, that, you know, I see how much we have to do as an infrastructure side to support you, right? So today, 30% of all new electricity used in this country, it powers technology. New data centers, new iPhones, new whatever. That electricity comes from largely extractive industries, right? Those extractive industries have severe consequences on people, from water quality issues to other things around the world. You know, things from around population growth. I mean, and things that we do that are a zero-sum game. You know, I mean, the oil industry spends somewhere on the order of $1 trillion a year to keep us running, right? New exploration, the whole 9 yards. If we wanted to actually power all of the 1.6 billion people around the world who don't have electricity, and therefore right now have limited access to a cell phone or a mobile device, that's a zero-sum game. I mean, there's only so much money that Citibank actually allocates to the power sector. And so they actually have to allocate that to a credit-worthy counterparty like Google to do their data center, or to figure out, when you guys do microfinance, to help out these other folks. And I do think that it may not be a zero-sum game because of some sort of like theoretical bottleneck, but there are practical bottlenecks around where BP spends its money, or solar companies do, or whatever else, to meet all the infrastructure needs that the technology guys run rampant.
Well, I mean, I think that's the beauty of it. I think that by definition, the economy is a non-zero-sum game. I mean, there's just billions of dollars more this year than there were 100 years ago, 5 years ago. It's growing. That's a zero-sum game. I mean, that's a non-zero sum. So the technology is non-zero sum. It has this multiple magic that it's able to self-generate more, to self-create, expand. That's the beauty of it. That is the fantastic aspect of this techonomy.
Mark Anderson. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, thanks, David.
Let's keep it going. We got just a few more minutes.
Mark Anderson, Strategic News Service. As you know, I'm a believer, so I'll just say that out front. And thank you, all of you, for putting this great show on. Thanks a lot. I'm really glad to be here.
You're one of our role models, so good.
Thank you. So I am a believer, and I do believe everything that Kevin said is true. I'm there. However.
There's always a however.
However, Lisa, I think, made a good point, which you guys haven't quite picked up on, and I'll add 2 more words. So economy is one word. We all work 90 hours a week, and the technology we're making helps us work 110. And I know it's true for you, and me, and, you know. So that's not necessarily wise. So there's a word. It doesn't make us happy, necessarily. Happy. There's a lot of research on being happy. And so I'd like to ask a question, and one more word I'm going to throw up is beauty. Yeah. And I live in a very strange place.
Doesn't have to be a question. You can just make this a comment.
I opted for beauty where I live. So the point is, what about people who are opting today for health, or for a more constrained life, fewer gadgets, less technology, as a reaction to all the stuff that we're doing here? I do believe that we're doing the right thing, but there's an elephant in this room, which is there's a very strong cultural backlash right now.
Well, this is a form of answer to the guy back there about the loser.
I think we're all together on this. So any comments you guys would like to make about, isn't there a missing part of this conversation?
No, this is why God...
Where we achieve beauty, or we achieve...
Oh, we're going to hear something about God.
This is why God invented the off button.
Yes.
We're not hitting him.
Do you use it a lot?
Spouse.
Do you go and totally shut off sometimes?
Yes, I actually do.
For how long can you go?
I can do it for at least 90 minutes.
That's not enough. Can you go
Look,
for
enough time for a dinner,
Okay, a dinner. What about 2 days? Can you do that?
No, but 90 minutes? Give me 90 minutes. Give me 90 minutes.
I have an answer.
We only got 2 minutes left, so real
Right.
quick.
So here's the thing. The thing is that if you want to do that, you have that choice, that possibility. There's the Amish who are doing this. You could go and live with the Amish. I could give you a $20 bus ride and you could be there, right? So why don't you do that? No, you can do it if you want. If you want to go back into the Stone Age, you can do that. You have that option. That's the beauty of it. All those options still exist. And so, there are people who are doing it. The Amish, actually, they optimize for leisure. They actually have more leisure than we have. That's what they're optimizing for. But they're not optimizing for choices. So if you want a society that optimizes for choices, this is it. This is what we're getting. And so you can still have that choice to minimize your choices. That's the beauty of it.
It's a little bit unfair. We could all like not eat junk food, but we do.
So back there, we have somebody. Stand up and identify yourself, please.
From Ghana. I think that the technology neutrality issue can be enhanced. The framing of it can be enhanced. It's not that what is at stake is whether technology has a net positive or negative effect, but whether it amplifies the trends towards positiveness and negativeness either way. So does technology amplify the positive trends or amplify the negative trends? And how you enhance that ratio?
But didn't you already answer that in the 51% point in a way? I mean,
yeah. I think there's no doubt that there are pathological technologies. There's no doubt that we destroy a lot. But all we have to do is create 1% more than we destroy every year, compounded over centuries, and that's what we get, civilization.
Yes, so, but the issue is whether the concentration of power that is necessitated by technology, as opposed to the concentration of the diffusion of knowledge, and how you balance that ratio. Do we have the knowledge? Is technology helping us to get the knowledge to handle the power that is generating?
But there's something fundamental going on, which is that in our lifetimes, literally in our entire lifetimes, we'll go from a very small number of people having access to information and power to at least 5 billion people on the planet having pretty much access to all the world's knowledge in their local language. That is a remarkable achievement. It has an awful lot of implications, including the negative ones that we're talking about. But when you talk to somebody who has never been able to get to read a book, had no textbooks in college and whatever, and now you have a device strategy where they can actually literally compete in the knowledge world that we all take for granted here, that is a remarkable thing. We're talking about a couple billion people entering the connected world. And I'm very proud to be part of that. And I think that this conference is really a lot about the consequences of that.
And it's all about empowerment. I mean, to me, empowerment is the single biggest manifestation or ramification of all this stuff. Empowerment at the level of the individual, which Google is one of the ultimate progenitors of. We have to wrap up, but I want to just say one thing. There's a good reason why, Kevin Kelly is not only up here now, he's actually going to be at the end too. We like the way he thinks so much, which you could probably see why, that he's going to be here at the close on Friday too. So sorry we don't have more time. Sorry for all the Twitter questioners who didn't get their questions answered. But now I want to turn it over to my colleague Brent, and thank you to the panel.
Sure. Yeah, thank you. Thank you.